Welcome back to Can I Get Some Podcast, the podcast focused on everything politics, pop, culture, and relationships. It's like a lot of our stuff just seems to be on relationships, as that seems to be what's in the news today. And look what we got. We got Miss Shannon back. Yeah.
Hey, glad to be
Um,
here.
don't
Little
trip. There's
under
a
the
little
weather,
lag with her internet, but we still
right?
love her anyway. So we're gonna work it out. So yeah, it's a pleasure. How was your weekend?
I just worked. I'm not really feeling all that great today, but I'm here. Can you hear
I'm
me?
glad to have you. Yeah, we can definitely hear you.
Okay.
All right, so we're gonna have some other guests jumping up in a little bit, but yeah, let's start this topic. Ime Hudoku and Nia Long. For those who don't know, this couple right here, he is the uh, coach of the Boston Celtics, and she is Miss Nia Long, a well-known award-winning actress, and they're in the news lately for an affair that he had with a fellow staff member on the Boston Celtics, which ended up garnering him a 1-year suspension. Did you hear about that, Shannon?
Of course.
Man, what's your thoughts when you first heard it? What were you thinking?
Well, first of all, I didn't even know that she was in a relationship with the coach of the Boston Celtics. I didn't even know that. Um, and then when I heard that they were in a relationship, I thought, okay, so they're married. But turns out they aren't married, and turns out she's not even interested in being married. And they've been together for over a decade. They have a kid together. So it's just a lot that I really didn't know about them. Nia Long has kind of been out of the scene for a while. But nevertheless, it is a very interesting, it's a whole interesting story. It's a whole interesting web going on
Yeah,
here.
it's funny because it's like, I was like everybody else. I thought, like I said, I thought it was a typical, guy cheating on his girl. She's the one who gets the sympathy, and he's the one that gets kind of played as the bad guy. And I thought this was going to be a show on, should she stay in this relationship? Should she get out of it? What would you do? I thought it was going to be a whole bunch of back and forth off that. Like I
Right.
said earlier, there's a whole lot of levels to this shit. So we're gonna try to dive into it. So you know, you know, the the NBA and some of the other athletes have been jumping to his defense. One of them that was super vocal
Of
is Matt
course.
Barnes, the former uh, NBA player. I want to just kind of pull up what he first said, and then when some details that came to light, he had to like walk it back and pull it back. So let me just play that for you guys real quick.
Touch on this Ime Udoka situation. Just saw a year suspension was just handed down by the team for an inappropriate, consensual sexual situation with a female that worked in the organization. I've been in the league for a lot, played in the league for a long time. Anyone who played in the league could tell you this is a very common situation. This is not new news for people who've been in the league or even around organizations. I've seen it from owners to executives to coaches to players to trainers to therapists to dancers to PR ladies. Like, this is not uncommon. And to just bring some context to it, the NBA just suspended Sarver for all the he did, and he got a year too. So you're trying to tell me what Robert Sarver did and Udoka did are even on the same level? Even in the same book, yet they warranted the same amount of time. This is a bad look, man. The Celtics, whoever made this decision, was a terrible decision. You want to suspend a man 15, 20, 25 games, but a whole season for a consensual situation that not only happens in the NBA, but happens in every single workplace. This was a terrible call, man. Y'all let me know what you think down below.
A few moments later.
So last night I spoke on this Ime Udoka situation without having all the facts. And I think as a part of the media, often the media speaks to something, and when they're wrong, they won't come out and say it. And since I'm a part of the media now, and I try not to be like everyone else, I try to, you know, report and talk with facts and honesty. And I clearly have to say, last night, without knowing all the facts, I spoke on Ime Udoka's defense. And after finding out the facts after I spoke, I erased what I posted because this situation in Boston is deep, it's messy, it's 100 times uglier than any of us thought. And that's why I erased what I said. Some things happened that I can't condone, I can't back. And it's not my place to tell you what happened. If it ends up coming out, it ends up coming out. But that was the reason why I erased my post last night, because after I posted it, I got a call from someone who had all the details, and this shit is deep. So, man, pray for everybody involved. Um, hope everyone gets through this. And I saw a lot of blogs picked up what I said, even though it was only on my page for like 2 minutes. So hopefully they pick this up too, for me being wrong and jumping out there without the facts. So that's where I'm going to leave it. God bless.
All right. So that was Matt Barnes having to walk back what he said in defense of his boy of Ime Udoka about this is just something that happens. You know, what do you think about that? That whole this is just something that happens. This happens everywhere. Kind of talking point. You know that you shouldn't be so severe as far as the consequences because this is something that happens. This is something. What do you think about what he said initially?
Well, he's definitely he's telling the truth. It does happen in all large corporations. People hook up and things of that nature. However, like you were saying earlier, this whole situation just has so many levels to it. It's no longer about the act of cheating itself. This is now a case of policy and contract. And basically, I've never played in the NBA, of course. I don't really know much about the NBA except for I like to watch the games. But I would imagine that when someone is in such a position as the coach, you have a lot of power, you have a lot of responsibility, and so you have to agree to move a certain way and not to move a certain way as to protect everybody's interests. And so while I don't think that this is anybody's business, what people do behind closed doors, it's just kind of different when you bring up it's like a power dynamics thing too. Okay. Luckily, whoever this lady is, luckily she didn't cry rape or sexual harassment or, anything of that nature. But, there is a very fine line there. So when you're in that position as a man, especially as a Black man, you have to be very, very careful. And I just feel like there are millions, billions of beautiful women that a man can cheat with. Why shit where you eat? So then I started to ask myself, like, okay, what's really going on here? Why her? Why her? And apparently, as things do continue to unravel, like I've heard that he was actually harassing her. I heard that this is not new news, that this all kind of came out in July. And I guess a team a player kind of blew the whistle because he had problems with Ime. So a player blew the whistle, and he was encouraged to dead the relationship. But supposedly, allegedly, he had become obsessed with this woman, and he didn't end things, I guess. So, that's where shit gets kind of sticky. And again, my question is, like, why her? Why her? Out of all of the people that you could sleep around with, why her?
Let me bring up Diddy. He just jumped on. Let's say what's up to
Hey, Diddy.
one of our favorite cats.
Yo, what's up, Shan?
What's up, buddy?
Man, my bad, I'm late, man. I'm getting ready for Jamaica, so I go.
It's all good, brother. It's all good. I just want to address one or two things. Number one, the first comment that TJ put in a comment. A lot of people know exactly what happened. Basically, you just to kind of recap what we said earlier. Ime Udoka, the head coach of the Boston Celtics, took them all the way to the finals, lost to my Warriors. That's what's up. Got suspended for the whole 2022-2023 season, 72 games, 74 games. And and the reason why is because he was carrying on a consensual affair with a staff member. But what I'm learning through the streets is that staff member was actually the wife of the senior vice president of operations, Patrick Lynch. It was his wife, Kathleen Lynch. So he's not only banging a staffer, he's banging one of his boss's wives. So that's a double no-no. So, and like you said, that what you said was what I was hearing as well, that in July when it was found out, you have more information on it than I did about how it possibly was found out. She tried to end it with him, and then he became obsessed and refused to let it in, and became very inappropriate at the workplace to make it obvious to where they couldn't bury it, and they had to suspend him. A lot of people ask why a year, why not just fire him? I'm gonna let Diddy jump in a second. The reason that they're not firing him, my understanding, a lot of other people are agreeing with it, is that because he took them all the way to the finals, they want to let the interim coach jump in there and see what he can do. If he can get them anywhere close to that, he's going to be fired. If he can kind of recreate the success that they had last year, they may come up with some other reason to keep him around, or he may have to go to they'll find a reason to keep him around. But if the Celtics are half as decent as they were last year, he's going to be fired. And they're still talking about, reducing his pay to where he, even if they bring him back, he's definitely not going to be making as much as he was before all this shit jumped off. So Diddy, go ahead and chime in and let me know what you got to say, what you heard, what you're feeling on the subject.
So honestly, man, I've followed it kind of loosely, so I don't know a lot of the details, but just the politics of it all, in workplace, inappropriate behavior. Obviously he had a double whammy, someone internal, and that's a the workplace is one of them places where it's tricky, man, because you build these bonds with people because you spend so much time there, and any little issue you have, you confide in them, and you never know. Next thing you know, relationships grow. But I'm with you, Dame. I think that the political part is exactly what you said, is that winning comes, when you're winning, in an organization like an NBA franchise, the money's flowing, and we turn a blind eye quickly when we're winning. You know what I'm saying? And we sacrifice not just his job, we sacrifice anything to win or to be on top. Winning, it's one of those things that surpasses the moral compass of people. You understand? So, and with you having a head coach like that, young, African American, well, somewhat African American, or I think he's Nigerian, or whatever the case may be, or black. Let's just call it black. And he's that talented, and he did that. It's not a lot of coaches that got that formula, man, that's been able to rival and then put the Boston Celtics in that position. So they're going to hold on to him. It's almost like it's like an ace in the hole, you know what I'm saying? But you're right. If that interim coach does well, then he's going to find himself in a position. But you know what? The way the world is, they're still going to give him another opportunity somewhere else. They don't do things for moral compass. They do things because, like, for instance, these dudes Kareem Hunt and even Ray Rice, you know, with the Ray Rice situation, when he beat the girl up in the elevator, and then Kareem Hunt, the Cleveland Browns, guess what happens? Winning erases how people feel about you. So he can get past this. All he got to do is get a winning record again, and his pass will go right behind him. You know what I'm saying? So it'll supersede what's happening right now. It's just a big thing right now because of the women that's involved. And one of the women that's involved is so popularized in pop culture that and it's unfathomable of who in their right mind would cheat on Nia Long. You know what I'm saying? It's like it creates a bigger microcosm, you know what I'm saying, for everybody to kind of look at it because of who she was. If she was a regular woman, I don't think it would have been that big of a deal. But because of the celebrities attached to it and this position and the light on the Boston Celtics, which is a great franchise, and let's be honest, Boston is one of the most racist cities in America. So that's another thing to deal with. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I knew that, and I know that's gonna come out pretty heavy out there in Boston. Like a brother, and you know, she's white, and you know, the wife of Boston.
Man, you know, this is a time, Dan. Sorry not to cut you off, bro. This is a time where minority coaching and more minority coaches are getting more opportunities. So it's threatening, you know, those who've always been in power. And you know, anytime you get a chance to knock one of those out and we do something like this, it's an easy way for people not have to deal with our talents.
Yeah, I agree. I want to make sure everybody who's watching, if you haven't liked and subscribed, please do. We really appreciate it. Don't take nothing but a second. So just hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. If you kind of ghost watching, we appreciate you watching, but we definitely want you to subscribe so you can get and hit the notification button so you can get notified anytime we have anything else going on. I want to shout out to people who showed love in the chat so far. My man Rice Goat, TJ, and the Great Pill Podcast. My man AB is watching. Appreciate the love. So yeah, and just to go back to, like, you know, you touched on something. You kind of answered what I was the second part of Shannon's question was, like, you know, why do it at work? Why do it at work? You know, you could have been like Tiger Woods, just going to the bar, picking up cocktail waitress left and right. I mean, you good looking, successful brother. You could have been doing your thing. And like Diddy just hit it on the head. You build connections with people at work. You know, you laugh with them, you joke with them, you have lunches with them, what have you. Sometimes you see their family, so you feel like a connection with them. So you feel like it's a safe space to kind of do your thing. You know, especially if both of y'all got something to lose. I'm thinking this cat was like, you know, she don't want her husband to find out, just like I don't want my fiance to find out. So there's no way that this could be, there's you know, there's no way, but the likelihood of it blowing back on me is probably a lot less than if I just go get some random chick who's going, you know, want to sell my story to the media to make some money. You know, so I think when you I think that was kind of like his thinking behind it. And as far as the why Nia Long thing, they had a strange relationship, and I want you to kind of give your opinion on this, Shannon. Okay, they've been together since 2010, 12 years, got a kid together. She didn't agree to marry this dude until 2014, 4 years into it, and still never moved to whatever city he was coaching in. You know, he was like, "Hey, let's move to." Because when he was assistant coach, and then it was like, you know, we need to move, and then he was the head coach of the Celtics, and she never really like moved to whatever city he was. So he basically was living on his own almost the entirety of their relationship. So it's how much grace do you give the dude if the woman that you want to be with doesn't want to move with you, doesn't show any inclination that she even wants to marry you, and you have been living by yourself? You know, is there a little more understanding about him kind of stepping out of the situation and just kind of find some comfort from somebody else, or find getting some ass from somebody else?
Yeah, I don't know. It's really weird. The only thing I can think of is that he's cheated before. Maybe she's had other relationships as well. I mean, their relationship is bi-coastal, so and she is she's a high profile actress. She's a gem in the Black community. She has her own money. She doesn't need him. Um, but maybe I don't know. I don't know. Maybe she just they clearly love each other, but they're not in love with each other. Maybe she feels like it's best to just, co-parent in a relationship that's on and off. Like I said, I had no idea that Nia Long was with him. She hasn't done a movie in a long time. And I don't know, I've been following the story, and there's just a lot of there's there's different cards that's being pulled, and there's definitely a huge media frenzy. I mean, people are talking about the whole race issue, the whole, well, if it's consensual, how come she's not being put on blast? How come, she's not being talking about the other woman? How come she's not being suspended? Um, People are talking about, well, Nia Long is beautiful and she's an actress, and this just goes to show you that any woman can get cheated on. It doesn't matter how you look or who you are. But I don't really know why she I don't understand the dynamics of their relationship.
Why she, like Terrence said, left the dick unattended. Let me go ahead and bring up another guest who just popped up. I want to show some love. This is one of our favorite guests, and we love it when she pops on. Everybody show some love for Miss Denicia Garcia. Carotid artery, evidently. So,
Hey.
pop in. I know you had something. I was recently on your show, and you were talking about something similar to this. So, what's your take on it? I'm interested to hear your opinion on the whole situation.
Hello, everyone. What's up, chat? What's up, panel?
Hello.
Thank you for having me. I'll say this. I can't stay all night, but I have to show Dame love because he's always dripping love on my panel. So I had to show up and say what's up.
And we appreciate you.
I'm gonna speak generally about this because it's still so unclear. First, it was a Black woman who was an athlete. Then it was a white woman. Then her picture went viral. So I don't even know who the woman is. I don't know. Was it consensual or not consensual? Then it turned into sexual harassment, and then so there are a lot of details that are still unclear to me. But so I'll speak generally. It's interesting when the topic or subject of power comes in, right? There is power in the pussy. Excuse my French, but people forget that part. And the reason why I bring up the power of the pussy is because that woman knew that despite him being in a public relationship with a woman and being committed to another woman, she knew that there was power in her vagina, okay, that she can offer it to him and he would take it. That's a power dynamic. If I know you're in a committed relationship, but I know you're going to want this, I am using the power of my pee to get you, even if I know you're in a committed relationship, right? So they say fair exchange is no robbery. This is not some subordinate, receptionist who would watch him walk in and he's this big, powerful guy. This was a woman who was married and said, I don't care. You're with Nia Long? I don't care. Let me throw this on you and see what happens. And then somewhere down the line, it went bad, right? So because so many details are still unclear, I'll just speak generally. Of course, men cheat. Of course, women cheat. What I find hilarious is that every time it happens to a celebrity, everybody acts dumb. Like, oh my God, Nia Long. Oh my God. People cheat. Men cheat. So going back to what Matt Barnes said, duh, it's not only in the NBA, it's at the post office. It's the guys that collect the garbage. It's the super of a building. It's your man, it's my man, it's her man. Like that, that's just human nature in general. But I'm glad this is happening the way it's happening, because people are realizing monogamy isn't what it's supposed to be, right? We all grew up on, you gotta be monogamous. You grow up and find a man, and like I said, the majority of people, like I say on my show, the majority of people are not monogamous. They're conditioned to be, the tradition to be, they're religious to be, but they are not naturally monogamous. And we keep seeing this over and over and over again. And now it's a form of insanity. Like, how many times does it have to happen before we realize people are not meant to be in monogamous relationships? And there's no excuse. Like I heard you say, Dame, like she wasn't there, like she wasn't in the state where he was. Like she left the dick on the table. But he's a grown man. He could have been like, "Bye, you're not tending to my dick. Peace." He's not monogamous. Everybody's running around trying their best to be monogamous, and they are not monogamous. I don't know why people keep torturing themselves. I think people that are monogamous are very, very rare, few and far in between. Everybody else was told to do it. But, dude is fine, tall, you know what I mean, successful, wealthy. What do you think is going to happen? That's like throwing a stake in a lion's den. What do you think is going to happen? Now, as far as it going crazy and he started harassing her and not letting go, I don't know. I find that a little strange, but I don't know. I wasn't there. Like, this man has access to all kinds of women, so I don't know if he went crazy over this one white girl. I don't know. It's still unclear. A lot of the details are still unclear. So
you know what I'm thinking? And just by knowing men and what have you, knowing guys that have the position of where they're probably used to getting pussy thrown at them left and right or what have you, just as me personally just thinking, he probably was surprised that it was her trying to cut it off from him. He was like, whoa, no, I'm the catch. Because if it is the VP of operations wife, that Kathleen Lynch, she ain't that. I mean, come on. She definitely ain't on no level of Nia Long. She's not even on. She's just very basic. I don't know. I haven't seen her standing up. Maybe she got a fat ass. I don't know. But it's just like I think there was significant amount of ego involved to be like, hold up, you are trying to end this with me? No. And I think it kind of broke his fucking brain, because he could have just as easily. I think it broke his brain to where he was thinking, like, how is she going to be trying to end this with me? And I'm the catch in this situation. Yeah, you got the VP operations, but look at me. I'm the one. He's probably been sometimes he's been catching it, but he's probably been just dodging pussy left and right all over the country. He probably caught it a couple of times, or it probably caught up with him a couple of times, but it's just one of those things. Cats like that probably have that ego that's so elevated they just can't fathom somebody not fucking with them. It's always they used to be in the dumper and not the dumpy, and it fucked with his head to where he had to he lost all sense of himself and went crazy in the public eye, bringing attention to the situation.
Yeah, well, if that is true, if it is true that he couldn't let go and went crazy because this white girl was like, I don't want to be with you anymore, Jerome. If that is true, then yeah, of course there's ego involved. It's still unclear, and that's why I'm speaking on it generally. But we have to get away from oh my God, the mistress is not as cute. Oh my God, or she's basic. All she has to do is listen and be there. Nia is a celebrity. Nia gets a lot of attention, and we all know, we've seen it in the past where that goes bad when a man is the center of attention. When he has a woman that's the center of attention, and a lot of guys are about Nia Long, men feel a ways. Now we have this white girl, this basic white girl out of nowhere, and he's a god to her. He's not a god to Nia Long, because Nia Long's a celebrity and everybody's on her ass, right? But here we have this basic woman who's going to listen to him and rub his back and be there for him. I mean, it's Mistress 101. What's wrong, baby? Like, ain't nobody talking to you? Tell me what's up. And then the pillow talking starts and what have you. But Nia Long has a career. So she's not going to have the time that the housewife is going to have. And similarly, her husband is busy, right? And here comes this big, strapping black man who, I don't know who the white girl's married to, but I got a feeling it's a white guy. here comes this tall,
Yeah.
strapping black man giving her attention, and everybody wants the black man. So, she was probably smitten too. But I'd really like to know if it's true that he went crazy after she cut it off. I'd like to know if that's true. And then they're talking about there may have been other women. So
Yeah, I got a feeling the dynamic wasn't quite the same. He probably was, really hooking up with people in the company, but it was kind of like consensual. It's just that this one, I don't know, this one kind of for some reason broke his brain, and he really like shitted all over himself over this one. I just don't. And like I said, I'm not saying it's because the way she look. It's just like maybe you shouldn't be like tripping off of chicks who are just plain Jane or whatever. No, I'm just saying nothing like that. I think it's just more like, you really are really blowing your whole spot. I mean, you brought your team to the finals. The door was wide open for you to just get anything you wanted at the organization, and you just shit all over it just for some pussy. I just don't understand that.
it's sad.
And men do it. And men do it all the time.
Yeah, it's sad because he is a black man who's a black coach, and those are rare. But men have thrown away a lot more than a coaching job for pussy. A lot more. They've thrown away empires. You know what I mean? Behind some pussy. It's just what men do. Every time you think it's not going to happen again, you hear somebody else do it, and it's crazy to me. But I'm not a man. Y'all have to explain that.
You know what I'm thinking?
Did he explain that? Oh, go ahead, Shanny.
Oh, I was just gonna say I'm kind of thinking that maybe there is maybe Ime, is that how you say his name? Maybe he had an issue with the VP. Maybe there was an issue there. Maybe, it was a situation of, oh, okay, I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna stick it to your wife, Maybe, I don't know.
Oh, you thinking he was just something like, okay.
Oh,
We haven't
like that.
you're not giving me the salary I want. I'm gonna smash your wife and tell you. Oh, that's how it is.
Yeah.
Or because that would be
some cold shit. If he some spite.
Well, yeah, because I have to wonder.
Like, okay, I see how you get there.
I have to wonder, like I said, like out of all of the beautiful young, you could have whatever you want. Why her? Why throw it all away for her? Because I mean, there are women out there who would.
I think some cats do it, and it's just like they feel like, all right, she has to have as much to lose as I do, and she does. Because if her husband dumped her, she's losing her job because I'm sure she got it because of him, or if she doesn't get it for him, if she got it on her own accord or whatever. He potentially know he can help her to lose that job if they were to separate. They would keep him and leave and drop her in the organization. But somebody wants to know what she looked like. All this is allegedly. I don't know if this really happened, Mom. But here's a picture of her right in here. That's what she looks like. That is Kathleen Lynch, the wife of the VP of operations.
Ew. My bad.
But again,
so that is her.
She ain't got no gag reflex.
Her looks have zero to do with it, and that's the mistake.
It doesn't
make, because women, our egos are like, does she look better than me? That's our go-to. We search the Instagram, let's see what she looks like without a filter. That's the go-to for women. Men don't care. I always say, see Arnold Schwarzenegger and the maid he got pregnant.
That's
Arnold, right? Or the girl that Kobe cheated with.
Yeah, it's like Arnold Schwarzenegger was like, whoa. When I saw, and he got her pregnant, so he went raw. He listen, he put all his tips in. He was like, whatever happens. And that woman is literally hideous. She's hideous. Aesthetically, she's just hideous. And he can have any woman in the world. He can have top 10 of the 10 models, whoever, right, in his bed. But he chose, proximity is a thing. Proximity is a thing. Being around someone all the time, listening to them, talking to them. And we don't know if there's something he finds sexy about that white girl. We don't know. It could be the way she.
Arnold Schwarzenegger, she was bending over, scrubbing the floors. That Latin ass was in the air, and he was just like, yes, I got to have it. I got to have it. You know, that's the way.
Just all day his little burrito
So
looking
we
at
got
him.
somebody. I want to. We got D Love in the house. She's sadly, sad reality. Cheating has been here since the beginning of time, and has been and will be there to the end of time. Shouldn't be surprised to anyone that is instinctively always a shock. I mean, it's not I don't know if it's necessarily a shock, but it's just more like, you know, it's just like a lot of times the stigma has been either if you're going to cheat with somebody better than your wife, or if it's just a shock when somebody that people have reverence for gets cheated on. Like everybody loves Nia Long and she's so beautiful and she's so talented and what have you. And I think, and please jump all over me if y'all disagree, I think a lot of women feel like if she's getting cheated on, how the fuck am I going to keep my man at home? If, you know, successful, rich, attractive women getting in it, how the fuck am I going to stop that shit? I think so. You don't agree that women may be thinking that? Because I heard after Eric Benet cheated on Halle Berry, that was the refrain for many of women. If Halle Berry getting cheated on,
but it wasn't for me because I live in the real
where's
world.
my not some but all sign? That's what there you go. Exactly.
Because people are so freaking ignorant. It's tiresome. It has nothing to do with looks. Halle Berry is a beautiful woman, but people have to understand she was raised by a white woman. So her swag, her way, her walk or talk is going to be Caucasian. She is not a swaggy sister, swaggy, beautiful sister. She is a woman who's half black and half white and was raised by a white woman. So that's how she's going to look at the world. Her lens is going to be from a white world, right? And if you listen to all the exes of Halle Berry, Dave Justice, Eric Benet, Christopher Williams, she's very, she's not attentive. She neglects the men she's with. She's not supportive, according to what they said, not what I said. Dave Justice said she would never come to a game, but she always wanted me on set with her. Eric Benet was that she treated my daughter like X, Y, and Z. I don't want any. So we don't know who we're looking at. And it's a lesson for all the ignoramuses and all the idiots that think a pretty ass, a pretty smile, or a guy with money. Oh my God, how could you fuck that up? How could you fuck that up? These are just people. But people, it's a freaking, they're delusional. Like even when I look at Nia Long, I'm like, she's a regular. We saw there are 10 Nia Longs on every block in the fucking South Bronx and in LA, New York City. Like Nia Long to me is like, oh my God, Nia Long. She's a 50-something-year-old woman who's probably not, you know what I mean, on a regular.
and the funny thing is, it might be an unpopular opinion, but I don't think Nia Long is that bad. I'm just saying what the public sentiment has to be. I personally don't think that she's that bad, you know. But Diddy, I'm sorry.
It's funny you say women, because I'm sure maybe women are thinking it, but a lot of men I saw on Facebook were like, if she got cheated on, you don't stand a chance. She didn't get cheated on because of her looks, or she got cheated on because her man cheats.
Yeah, that's what she wasn't there. She lived in a whole different state.
Right, that's
and
the
she
beginning.
won't marry him.
She got cheated on because her man cheats. That is why Nia Long got cheated on.
Go ahead, Diddy.
All right, so here's my thing about that. I know when we talk about women being beautiful, you know, like a lot of my friends, like they couldn't believe that Jay-Z cheated on Beyonce. Like, listen, I mean, at this point, come on, it's fair. They're like Nia Long to this guy, Jay and Beyonce, we already know. But here's my thing: the biggest adversary for any woman in a relationship, and this will go right to Jen's point, it has nothing to do about looks. The biggest threat to anything, especially in a relationship, is the concept of new. That's all it is. New don't mean pretty, new don't mean bad, new don't mean sexy. It's just new. And it really just goes along with our culture. Like in America, everything is about being young and new. We don't like things to get old. You know what I'm saying? So just that new girl, she don't even got to be popping. She could be the new maid, or she could be the new basic chick. Just new. And then seeing a new vagina for the first time, it's always a threat. That's why it never makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Because stuff gets old to you. And I always feel like new is always something that people be looking for, because we about that. We always want something new. Imagine getting a car tomorrow and you got a brand new car, got new car scent. Love this car, love the shit out of this car. 10 years later, That car, you know, we ate some McDonald's in the car, and you know, the new car should just roll up. Yeah, you still one of your favorites, but that other new car that caught your eye. We always on the quest for new. We don't even like old clothes and old trends. Everybody in this country is doing something to be renewed or stay young. So it's the same thing when it comes to dating. It takes an intentional focus to try to condition your mind to go the opposite way of what you've been culturally trained your whole life. You know what I'm saying?
Now imagine, let me do you one better. Now imagine you're in
See?
your old
Yeah,
car.
Terrence got it.
You're in your old car and there's 2 new cars and you don't even have to pay for them.
There it is.
Someone just tells you, what car would you like? That's how these women approach these men. It's free. It's free.
I hear you.
No
I don't know. New pussy ain't never been my thing. It's like new pussy ain't gonna, how you say new pussy ain't gonna make me lasagna with 6 different cheeses. You know? New pussy, you know. So
it's when you
it
get
is
new
what
pussy,
it
man,
is.
you ain't looking for no new design. You just looking for
I've had a lot of new pussy in my day, and I can
go.
honestly say that holds no sway over me. Because I get annoyed easily and I get bored very easy. So
Nobody
it's
said
just
the
like,
guy was. Nobody said the guy was. No one said
you
the
say?
guy was going to leave Nia Long, Dane. He didn't plan on leaving her. That was never the game.
No, I mean,
He was having fun.
yeah, I think if Nia would have been there, the question I wanted to ask, and I'll put this out. We don't know her, so we don't know if she would have been in Boston, because when this all dropped, she was actually trying to move to Boston. You know, so would that still be the case if he had consistent access to Nia Long? Would he be still on doing what he was doing? Or would he be incentivized, or would he just be like, cool, my pussy is here. I don't have to, like, you know, it's not Friday night. I'm happy. I'm horny. You know, I don't have to, like, you know, jack my dick. You know, I can just nudge my woman next to me. I'm just saying, I wonder about that. What if that changed things for him had she been in close proximity?
Bro, if he doing it there, he been doing it on the road. You know what I'm saying? I got homeboys in the league, and I won't name some people, but let's just say this. Man, Jen nailed it. She said convenience. See, the reason it happens at work is because, number one, there's no behavior pattern change that will alert your spouse or anybody that there's something different. There's no deviation of time. So you can get over at work and no one questions your whereabouts because you're at work. So almost dismissive of what kind of antics that can happen at the workplace. You understand? Because everything in your mind is this person's at work. So you can get over at your job, depending on relations built, and you can come home, like you can go knock somebody off on your lunch break, come right to your house and never break trend and always right there on point where your wife is. So all he would do is that behavior never changes. It just modifies in behavior and goes to a different realm. It just evolves. Because if the desires in the heart, it's still going to happen, bro. Just like the Bible say, whatever's in your heart, there lies your treasure. You know what I'm saying? So that's in his heart.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just one of those things where I feel like as men age, and I know with me, I'm very risk averse. I don't, you know, as far as like anything that's going to take away from my peace, you know. So it's just one of those things that it's like, you know, I don't understand cats fucking with their peace. You know, I've had all the wild shit I think I really want for you know, as far as like things that could either cost me money, cost me my freedom, cost me, you know, fuck with my physical safety. I've done all that shit for a very long time, and now I'm at the point where, you know, I want to slip on the deck headed to the pool, you know, my pool, and that's how I want to get hurt. You know, I want that kind of danger in my life. You know, that's all. I don't want anything that's going to be like, I just don't understand cats, and maybe I do understand because I can understand I was that cat. I've done many a dumb things and been many a situation. I've been the other man to women who are cheating on their husbands plenty of times and stuff like that. But it's just like, I just don't understand when you get to a certain age, you're in a certain level, why the request, the quest isn't for peace, and as opposed to, you know, I'm missing out on all this excitement. When I'm like, man, what did you have when you have that excitement? You know, with peace lasts longer, and it keeps you healthier.
Remember what Chris Rock said in one of his comedic skits? He said, a man is only faithful as his options.
Yeah, I give you that.
I also think that we're talking about an athlete, a man who's lived a life of abundance of pussy. Like he's conditioned. He
ain't just getting regular women.
Right, exactly. He's conditioned to sleep around, sleep with multiple women, sleep with women in different states, and it doesn't mean anything. And I think the more you have, the bigger you gamble, right? If I go to a casino, I don't like losing money. I live in Vegas. People are like, you don't gamble. I don't like playing with my money, right? But I'm not gonna lie. If I was in $1 million tax bracket, I may put $5,000 on the table, right? Because I can, you know what I mean? I can bet higher. The stakes, I can, play with higher stakes. And I think that's, he's conditioned. So I don't think if Nia Long was there, it would have changed anything. Here's a man who's constantly been sleeping with women his entire life. I think, and people may get mad at this, I think any woman that gets with an athlete and expects him to be faithful is a dumb bitch. She's dumb. You have to be dumb. Anytime you get with a man that has that many options, he'd have to be like the Unsullied on Game of Thrones. You literally have to castrate. Because if a man has money and he has options, and universe forbid you add looks to that, if the man is attractive, you better go into that relationship like, look, I love you. I want you. I would love you to commit, but I'm not going to be under the delusion that, you're never going to slip up. He has everything. The world is his oyster. Ain't no Nia Long on the planet. Ain't no Halle Berry on the planet. Gonna keep that man faithful. Religious people cheat and they think they're going to hell if they cheat. So there is no threat to a man in that position that's going to stop him from doing anything. I don't care if Nia Long was there with him 24 hours a day. That half hour in between, he's going to find a way to, like, that chick been checking for me. How can I get away from Nia for 2 minutes? Because that girl, and they age slower. Men with money and looks age slower because they have access to girls that are in their 20s.
That's why everybody's saying now that Tiger Woods was getting caught. Like, how you get caught cheating with $1 billion? Boy, you got a horrible team.
Well, no, yeah, exactly. Tiger Woods was cheating like any old dude. He was just going out like he'd go to the bar and holler at the waitress. Tiger Woods, he didn't care.
You got a horrible board of directors.
That's what I'm saying. Seriously, he was like smashing porn stars left and right. So it was just like he wasn't very discerning, or he didn't care. He was just like, I don't give a fuck.
There's power in the pee. There is power in the pussy. So if people are like, well, the power dynamic, I have power with this pussy. I have power. I can get a married
athlete that seemed to be great and never get caught. His name is LeBron James. We have yet to catch LeBron. We've had some speculations, but LeBron has somehow.
Seriously.
He's like, do it. As discernment, he picks good mistresses. Then that's what that's
exactly, and that's another thing. It was like, Shannon, we used to like party in the same circles. We know that there's a group of women who get it. Who, if Shaq is in the Bay having a birthday party, the same group of women gonna come and they get it. They know how to keep their motherfucking mouth shut. They're gonna go. They're gonna spend the time. They may get a nice purse. Maybe get a couple of months of rent paid. They may get a nice trip somewhere and everything, but they're going to keep their motherfucking mouth shut. They ain't going to be no.
I'll blow the plug. You're not about to be the wife. What you going to blow the plug for?
You know what I'm saying? It's like, and they know. They was like, they if they get pregnant, they either going to get a check to get rid of it, or they going to get that under the cover check to have it, and that they ain't even going to have to do nothing with it. It's just like, there's certain women that get it. It's just like, and they're out there. If you got an agent that's worth anything, he knows where those women are. So
like early in LeBron's career, off from Cleveland, he got caught early in his career. I don't know if y'all remember that. He got a reporter pregnant in Ohio, right? This woman disappeared, bro. Like, we never heard from this lady again. She was an actual news reporter. But guess what? Never heard. They gave that girl that money. She gone. That girl quit that job, and we ain't seen her since.
Man. Shannon, you've been quiet. What you got to say? What you want to interject into the conversation?
I thought Shannon was frozen.
Nah.
No, my internet's tripping. But no, I just really feel like there's just something a lot deeper going on. I don't even think it's about pussy. I think it's about something between these men, or, between the three of them. I think that there's something going on in the team, some drama. Because again, I just feel like he does have options. He does have so much access. Why would you put it all on the line for, her? And then, she's not all that attractive. She's married. Why would you risk it all for her? if it's just
Yeah.
about busting a nut, you could do that anywhere. I mean, you could do that anywhere. So
I think
just feel
it
like,
minimized the fact that she had just as much to lose as he did. He knew
but she really
I think
doesn't
what it
though.
was.
She really
I
doesn't
mean, she
though.
got
She
to lose
doesn't
her
have too much to
position.
lose.
She has a job, a husband. I think she got some kids with the VP of operations for a major sports franchise. So she you
Yeah,
know, he could.
but I mean, still, that he is the coach of the team that went all the way. So he stands to lose a whole lot more. You know, no one even knows who she is. No one before this, no one even know who she was. Like, I never heard of her. I haven't seen her pictures. You know, they're trying to protect her, I guess. So, you know, I still wonder like what's really going on, because if it's just about sex, if it's just about companionship, you could get that anywhere.
Yeah,
And
like I said, but sometimes you
he's
got to
already,
watch it.
yeah, I feel like this is really all blown out. This is being blown up and out of proportion because there is a no frat policy in the NBA.
Yeah,
And you know, he's been warned, and he's been ignoring the warnings. They say he's been harassing the lady. And I even heard that her husband is the one that blew the whistle the second time because he overheard the two of them having a conversation on the porch. What did the cameras,
yeah.
the
That's what I
security
heard. The Ring
cameras,
doorbell caught him
the
coming
Ring
through at
doorbell.
the house.
There's no crime in the world no more. The ring catching everybody.
TJ said,
Yeah,
"Shit, she's
so
married to a millionaire, was fucking another millionaire. She must be doing something right."
There's some gold in that thing.
Oh, it's
Some
funny.
diamonds.
It's her
Seriously,
environment. She's that's her dating pool. When you're in certain,
man. What they
careers,
say?
that's the dating pool. Like the average, like they say the baddest bitch is the average bitch. When you're in that dating pool, it's millionaires. It's millionaires. So he's a
Yeah.
millionaire. He's a millionaire. That guy's a millionaire. You're just in that dating pool. Now, if she was working at Walmart, it's a different dating pool.
Yeah,
I mean, he
like I said,
definitely crossed the line. He crossed the line with like who he chose to cheat with. Like, you just don't go there. You don't go there. Like,
I mean, and the thing is this, okay, is he a cheater because he slept with another man's wife, or is he a cheater because he was in a relationship with Nia Long? He was engaged. Because I'm of the vein that if you ain't married, is it cheating?
You really gonna go there, Dame? You gonna go there?
I'm just
well,
asking. I'm just
Damien,
asking.
so ask yourself this: if the shoe was
Okay.
on the other foot, if it was a woman, a high profile woman who got caught cheating, like, would we even be having this conversation, or would we automatically drag her for fucking filth? Like, cheating is cheating. If you're in a committed relationship, whether there's that marriage license or not, it's cheating. Now, the question I have is, what is the dynamic of their relationship? Is Nia Long cool with him doing whatever he wants to do? I mean, if you ask me, she is, because she didn't want to marry him. She lives in California. He's in Boston. I mean, they've been together for over a decade. I'm pretty sure. I'm willing to bet my left toe that this has happened before. And she doesn't care. For whatever reason,
she got married in the first place. She already seen the signs.
Yeah,
exactly.
Or it could just be like she's maybe she's just one of those realistic women. It's just like, look, just don't embarrass the family.
Right.
Just do what you're gonna do. I know you're on the road, you're traveling. I know what happens on the road. Just don't embarrass the family. And this embarrassed the family. So now she's got some figuring to do, whether or not what she could possibly have with him, because this gonna die down. He gonna get fired or he ain't. He's gonna go to someplace else, and like I said, it's not going to impact her career at all, because her career is kind of at an even. It's been pretty even throughout her whole entire over the years, So she could stay with him with no repercussions, or she could leave him with no repercussions.
Well, she's the one that's been caught cheating. So if her husband wants to divorce her, he has grounds to do so, and he wouldn't have to pay her alimony or anything like that, right? I mean, she's the
Well,
one that.
I'm talking about Nia Long leaving
Oh, yeah,
Ime
yeah.
Udoka. Yeah, she could leave him. Like she could just say,
Yeah.
"I'm." All she gotta do is say, "I'm not moving," and here's your
Right.
ring back, and break me off those if she needs them, those child support payments for our kid.
Yeah.
That she could just do that. I mean, it's just one of those things where, but there's no long-term effect to her if she had that I can see if she had that kind of agreement to where he could go and do what he wants as long as you don't fucking embarrass the family. And I think there's a
But
lot
here's
of
what I
women who make
often-
that. Go ahead.
I often wonder, like when people are in these relationships, like when a woman is in a relationship with a celebrity or a high profile athlete, how do you even have sex when you know that there's a possibility that your spouse or your mate is out there having sex, more than likely unprotected, with multiple women? Like, how do you even make love to your husband without a condom? This is my question. Like, because I know that if I thought that my man was out here in the streets of Atlanta slanging dick, I would be so I would be so hesitant to have unprotected sex with him. Like, how do people even do that?
Hypergamy.
Yeah. I mean, it's just like, I don't know. Like I said, maybe they have allegedly, everything I'm saying is allegedly because I've heard it secondhand. I didn't hear it directly from the horse's mouth. But, Brian Shaw's wife used to buy him condoms for the road trips and be like, just use these. And then we got no problem. Don't come up with no diseases. Don't come with no baby. And if they think that they can go ahead and because and it's probably it's the stupid young athletes that out there slinging it like raw because they don't want kids. They don't want all this extra child support all over the place.
That's the
If
other
they
league.
if they have to be, if they can avoid it or what have you, if they're smart. But if they got wives, especially a wife don't want a side baby or whatever, so a lot of them make that deal with them. I'm like, just don't bring no babies or diseases home, and I won't say a word. It'll be plausible deniability. I won't see nothing. I'll do everything the same I'm doing as long as you don't embarrass the family. It's like I think that may not be an overt discussion, but it's definitely an underlying agreement that I think a lot of women who date high profile men of celebrity make often.
Well, I heard that most celebrities do have STDs.
Yeah, I think they all know. I think all the women know. I think women that date athletes, they all know. They're not dumb. They all know. I think Nia Long knew too. She knew the dude was messing around. How could you not know? You'd really have to be the most ignorant, very young, never been nowhere, done nothing. Nia Long is in an industry where everybody's sleeping with everybody. She's an actress. So how could you not know? She knew. Honestly, to me, she seemed disinterested in that relationship. You're not even going where he lives. Where he has to be for work. Like she seemed disinterested. She seemed, unbothered. Now the press release was really, really cute. Oh, give me privacy while me and my family go through this. It's devastating for us, right? Because she has to put that out there. She's going to be in 2 films coming up, so the PR people have to take over. But I don't think she gave a rat's damn. I don't think a lot of women, because women are hypergamous, and it's in their minds. They probably think it's much better to be, with this rich guy who can get me whatever I want, who's high profile, and I barely have to sleep with him because the chicks on the road are gonna sleep with him, but I still have, the prestige of saying I'm his woman publicly. Like women are funny style too. Women are funny style too, long as they can shop. You know what I mean? And someone else is sucking them off, like, good girl, go over there. Just leave me the credit cards. I don't have to deal with you. A lot of women are okay with that. A lot of women are okay with that.
It's not a bad position.
I'm pretty sure she's got a man on the side.
Huh?
I'm pretty sure she's got something going on. But my thing is, like, I'm in a relationship with someone who is not high profile. If I was in a relationship with a man that was high profile, maybe things would be different. But I couldn't see myself like having unprotected sex. Like that would freak me out. Like, where your dick been? That ain't going in my mouth. That ain't going up in my pussy. You know.
I mean, you say that because you're not in those relationships, but shit changes when you in Beverly Hills and you got the Phantom outside and you got unlimited access to resources where you can shop and you know you got the chef and the personal trainer coming. You know, women seem to be able to forgive under those situations. I remember when
no, I'm not saying you don't forgive, but at the same, I'm just saying for me personally, I would be able to forgive. I would be able to turn the other cheek. But when it comes down to actually having sex and like being catering and nurturing, yeah, things are going to be different. I'm probably going to want you to put on the condom. And
so you willing to lose that man? You willing to just lose that man if he having unprotected sex and you doing all the things that made him want to marry you in the first place? You say, you know, all that wild shit that got you sprung and you know you made you lock it down and like solidified that I'm your chick. All that shit's gone.
That doesn't mean that you're going to lose him though. I mean, Nia Long didn't lose him.
Well, I don't know. Like I said, I don't know. Their situation different. Like Jen said, I don't think she was like disinterested in all his shit. I think she was just like, go get some, you know, you seem to care. Like, I don't think she cared. And I'm thinking, so what happens is
I don't
like,
think she's fucking them either. She's not fucking them.
If any woman, I don't know all women, but I know men. And I think Diddy will probably attest to it. Some, not all, is that if all of a sudden, you know, if there was like a all of a sudden the woman that you with that you married that's doing all the wild shit that you love, you fuck up and then she says all that wild shit is over. You may tolerate it for a short period of time, but if it's for a very short period of time, but at some point you're gonna be like, fuck this shit. You know, this is it's just not. I can't. Men can't go backwards sexually. That's the way it is. We just can't. You know, and it said. Men can't go backwards sexually. If you doing this, that's what you do. You know, if you sucking it from the back, that's what you do. You can't be like, you know, I don't do that. Exactly. That's what you do. Okay, which can all of a sudden stop doing it and be like, oh, I'm, you know, that was the privilege you had when shit was different. Then you opening the door for another woman who will suck it from the back to jump in that spot.
I think you have to. Yeah. You should know your limits. If you feel like you're with any man that you have to wear a rubber with, you should not commit to that man. You should not be with that man. Get out. Don't even. Why be in a relationship to be like, I don't know where you've been. We got to wear a rubber. Get out. Goodbye. Peace. I've dated high profile people and I know my limits. I'm like, I was young, so I was even more crazy. I was like, I will end up stabbing you. You're not going to make the game. You know what I mean? It's going to be blood everywhere. This isn't going to work. But it's a certain lifestyle. And the guy was 10 years younger than me. I'm like, I'm not built for this. I'm not built for the entourage. I'm not built for the groupies. I'm not built for the chicks that are working with you legitimately and giving you the eye, like, yeah, see you tonight at 5. I'm not built for it. Some women are built for it. They'll put the blinders on long as they got the Birkin. They will put the blinders on long as they got the red bottoms on. Like, I don't care. That's my man. Like, I'm not built for that. I will stab you, right? Back then, I was very, very young. So not very, I was 33, but I was young enough to where I was like, yeah, this is fun, but it's like, I know I'm not going to be able to do this long term. I'm not going to be able to do the entourage and the groupies long term. We couldn't do anything. We were at dinner. Hi, can you, movies. Hi, can we, at the club. Hi, can we, women everywhere. And I was like, ooh, this ain't me. This ain't for me. I can't do it. I can't do it. It will drive me fucking insane. But I'm different. Some women will be like, are you shopping? Are you shopping for me? I'll put up with it. I don't care. And I think the younger the woman is, the easier it is for her to put up with that. Or a woman that's just not highly sexual, or I don't know. I don't see Nia Long as some sort of sex pot. She's got her kids, her career. I don't see her as like pining for this man. I don't see Nia Long pining for this athlete. I just don't see it. She was probably like, whatever, he's looking around. But I have to act surprised because I have an image. Yeah.
I don't think she's sleeping with him. I don't even think she gives him blowjobs.
Probably not. I can't see it. I could be wrong, but I can't picture Nia Long on her knees like, yeah, baby, let me play with the nets. I can't see it. I can't.
Man, seriously. She was like, oh, you ever nutted in the face of a millionaire? Not, you know, like, you know.
Millionaire nut.
Seriously.
That millionaire nut hit different though.
No, I'm talking about, but the women, no. Like I remember, who was it that said it? It was some comedian who was like, she was like, this one comedian, her boyfriend was like a magician, and he was like, damn, I get the nut in the face of a millionaire. He's like, that's crazy, you know? It's just like, that's what I'm saying with him, with Udoka, with Nia Long. It's like that hit a little bit different. Like that fucked with your mind a little bit, you know?
Kind of.
Not all relationships are forever. It's time to move on. She wasn't even out there, or you know what I mean? They have a kid together, right? They have one child.
Yep. And he's been raising her other child with another dude, so he kind of like took over the stepfather figure with the child she had from a previous relationship. So he's been there because I think she met the other kid when he was like 5, you know, and then so he's been in her life for like so they got a family, but it's just a weird dynamic. I know that it couldn't be me on some. Let's, number one, don't marry me, don't move where I'm at, you know. It's just that's just goofy shit to me, to be like, to try to act like that's that fake ass relationship shit. That's that PR bullshit. Like the PR machine is probably working double time to try to spin this into something. Now she's a victim. And now you get
Halle Berry. With the, oh my God, it was, you know, it wasn't anything Halle was doing. Eric Benet was a sexual addict, you know, and he spoke about that. He spoke about that after the fact. They spun it the way they had to spin it to make Halle Berry look like a victim who was doing everything and being a doting wife, and it was Eric Benet was the villain. They'll do that. That press comment was so funny to me. Like, I'm like, did she lose? You know, I posted it on Facebook. I'm like, did she lose her mama? Because the way, you know, we're going through a difficult time, and I asked for privacy as my family and I deal with the situation. All along, you know, he was smashing all over the world, probably. Come on,
yeah. Like I said, it's that's the kind of. There are some women who make that agreement. It's like, it's hard for women to think, oh no, I would never make that agreement. But God, when that you sitting in that 17,000 square foot house. You got access to unlimited got a black card. That's, you know, your mind changes. Yeah. You know, it's hard to go back to living in a studio when you got all that going on.
But is it worth your coochie itching though? Shit.
I
don't know, man.
Antibiotics.
You said what? What'd you say, Diddy?
So they're going to see Magic Johnson's doctors with that kind of money.
Getting a disease. Nothing is worth getting a disease and a permanent disease, but women take that chance because money is like, it's so hypnotizing to be able to go on Instagram and throw up your little red bottoms and your mimosas in Miami. Like it outweighs, is he going to give me herpes? It just outweighs it. Women are desperate for like money and clout and red, but they're ruthless. That's why I'm like, I don't see women like little victims like, oh, you know, the power dynamic. No, there's power in that ass. And they know it. Women know it. That's why the BBLs are everywhere. That's why everybody's twerking down to the politicians. The politicians are twerking now for votes. Like, women know it. It's currency. It's currency. It is currency. I always say that attractive women have the same dynamic. And she could be broke, but an attractive woman has the same dynamic as a wealthy man, because an attractive woman can get pretty much anybody. It is power. It is power. She can break up a marriage. She can destroy an empire. She can get wealthy with just her vagina. She can have a baby with an athlete and end up getting $50,000 every month. There is power. That's a power dynamic. That's why women are out there twerking and sliding in athlete DMs, because it's that. Look at Brittany Renner. It is that easy. There is power in the P, just like there's power with men and money, right? And it's the same dynamic. Like, women don't know if men want them for them or their body. Men don't know if women want them for them or their money. It's the same dynamic when you think about it. There's power. And a woman doesn't have to have shit but an ass. She could walk into a party. I've been to those parties, seas of women and nothing but athletes trying to smash. And all of them are just groupies. If you ever go to a party where there's nothing but athletes and you don't drink, stay completely sober and just sit and watch. It's very interesting. It's like watching Animal Planet. You watch the dynamics of the women trying to get close to the athletes, and you watch the athletes willingly be the prey. Like it's an interesting dynamic. Women are ruthless. So if men want to be dumb, go right ahead, because women are not dumb. They just play dumb. Tell you that vagina will get you.
I agree 100%. That's facts. Everything you just said is straight facts. You know, and I think and I think you do. Can you concede that, Shannon? Like being in the coming from the dancer area, you know that the women that you work with, we probably worked with, were just savages when it came to that shit.
Yes.
Oh, so then you know.
I danced for over a decade. So no, that's definitely true. I mean, women were willing to alter their bodies, damn near lose their life, you know, just to be able to attract these guys. And very often, when the celebrities, when the athletes, the rappers, when they would come in, you know, these girls would line themselves up and they would be, you know, the top pick, you know, the girls with the nasty, I mean, I ain't gonna shame nobody, but it's true. It's definitely true. I've even seen some girls get pulled out of the club because they get pregnant, and then things are going good for about a year, and then she's back.
Wow.
At the club, and it's like, oh shit, what happened? Well, I got old, you know, the relationship got old, the appeal of me got old, or they start to feel like, well, he's with me, so now he should all of a sudden be faithful. So now he should all of a sudden not be that guy that was in the strip club, you know. And then they realize that, girl, this was never about you. This was never about you. This was just about him and, you know, about his dick. And you just happened to get pregnant maybe. And he was willing to take care of you and the kid for X amount of whatever. But at the end of the day, I mean, your pussy ain't gold. I mean, there's power in that pussy, but one pussy ain't gold. Like, you know, there's always somebody behind you.
Yeah. I wanted to dispel a rumor real quick for any women out there, because I was talking about this to somebody else. It's like, yeah, you know, you can always tell that, you know, because before the person I was talking to like knew that they didn't live together. It's like, you always tell, like, he probably wasn't having sex with her, and then that's why he was out trying to have sex with this other chick and blah blah blah. And I think a lot of women think this, and I just wanted to dispel a rumor. Your man can fuck you every day and still go fuck another bitch. It's not the, you know, stop, please, women, stop thinking that if you, that's a sign, like that's the one sign to let you know if he's not getting it from me, he got to get it from myself. Some motherfuckers would just be greedy and they want it all. So don't think
you have a lot of sex.
They ain't even got to be sex addict. It just could be you just like fucking, you know, sex, you know. That's good. You know, you just like a lot. You just greedy. You know, it's just like, so please don't think that, you know, it couldn't happen to you because you fuck. I don't want women out there. Well, I fuck my man every day, so I know he would never do that to me. Your man can fuck you every day and still go fuck the secretary at his job. So I just wanted to dispel that rumor, because somebody kind of put that out there that, you know, maybe that was an indication that he would be out there cheating. And no. Yeah. So
no parts of that mess.
Yeah, seriously. I mean,
me neither. Only because it's just not, I don't feel like it's safe. It's just not safe, you know. This is not the 40s and 50s, you know. This is 2022, almost 23. It's just not safe to be moving out there like that.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, seriously, it's like you got to find something that works for you and rock with it. That's just the way it is. Because anything else, like I've lost so much peace as a young man chasing after women back as a young man. It's just like, I'm in my late 40s. I just don't have the inclination to be. I like the peace that I've created for myself, and it works for me, and I can rock with this to the end of my days. So I don't understand. Y'all, I don't understand y'all young dudes out there fucking up your peace.
It's
That
not
guy's
even
not
just young dudes too. It's older
You
men
said
too.
what?
I said that
What'd you
guy's not young.
Oh,
Right.
who? Yudoku? What? He's like 40. He's like 40 something. Yeah, I think they
Email.
met when he. What's his age? He's 40 something. He got gray hair. He got a gray in his beard.
He's fine though.
Yeah,
I'll
he's
give him
like-
that. I get it.
It's not just it's not just the
45,
younger men.
He's fine. That man is fine. When I saw him, I was like, oh, he
Yeah.
he got money.
He aight.
Yeah.
But it's
What
not
you
just
call
the
it?
younger men. It's not just young men, because I mean, I had a conversation with a guy at my job. He's in his 60s, and I mean, he is going through it because he's in the process of getting a divorce because he told me, he said he just couldn't stop cheating. He couldn't stop lying. And now
Not meant to be monogamous. They're not people. The majority of people are not meant to be monogamous.
Yeah, monogamy is definitely a choice, and it's something that you have. It's a continual thing you got to do. It's like, if you were a smoker or a drinker and you gave up alcohol, you constantly got to be like, you know what is the downfall? What is the issue that I'll have if I start to go back on that train? And just got to kind of remind yourself of the risks of falling back into old ways. And that's kind of how monogamy works for a lot of people. I know a lot of women don't want to hear that. A lot of women be like, oh my God, you found me, and your desire to be with other women just left you. And you couldn't even imagine sticking your dick in another vagina. I'll be like, yeah, that's bullshit. Men like are visual. Anything we see, we think, okay, that's hot. We just out of respect for you and what you bring to the table, and what we've done and what we built, choose not to do it. So, this has been go ahead.
That
Go ahead.
note, get back to my cornbread because probably cold
Okay.
now.
I want you to promote Crazy Legs' GoFundMe. I want you to plug that. I want my people. I know now in Portugal, because she's been promoting a very, very worthwhile charity. Even donating to the people of Puerto Rico. They're going through a whole lot of shit. I know we are all talking about this kind of like, first world bullshit, but there's some people in Puerto Rico that's really going through it. So if you haven't had a chance to kind of see what's going on with them, you need to really go and Google Puerto Rico crisis, and crisis in Puerto Rico, and you will be shocked at what they go through. These are the most resilient people on the planet, and they've been suffering, and they need as much away. If you want to shoot me the link, I'll put it up there. I'll link it in the bio of this thing. Whatever you can give, $5, $10, $15, $1,000 to help the people of Puerto Rico, please do, because it's just an amazing thing. I think they got an event that they're doing right now in New York, correct?
Say again?
They got something going on right now in New York, kind of like a charity event.
There's a fundraiser going on right now. I don't know if it's over yet, but it was 6 p.m. to 11 p.m. East Coast time. And it was a fundraiser. There's going to be a lot of performances. Puerto Ricans are going to be in the house performing and donating. And it was $30 to get in. It was the Chelsea Music Hall tonight. But I just put on... I just left a comment in the chat. If you go to @CrazyLegsBX on Instagram and you hit his bio, the GoFundMe is there. And really all you have to do is like not buy a Starbucks for one day or 1 hour. Like we really will take $1, $5, $10, whatever you got in your pocket. A lot of people are like, well, I'm not gonna give $5 because that's not a lot. That's a bottle of water and more in Puerto Rico. The reason why it's so hard is because of the Jones Act. And, the barges that are coming with, relief, items are stuck literally in the middle of the ocean, while the United States figures out, the red tape of the Jones Act, like diesel fuel and water and things like that are literally sitting in the middle of the ocean. But Crazy Legs is boots on the ground, and he goes, line by line of how he's spending the money, because a lot of people like giving to these organizations. No one knows where the money goes. But Crazy Legs got a list. He's very transparent of, we giving these people this money. We're boots on the ground. He's helping with roofs and stuff like that. But like you said, we're in the first world. I got lights on, every day. Puerto Rico's in the dark, So you have to think, we're in the light. It's convenient. We hitting the light switch. These people, candles, they don't have chargers for their phone. They can't communicate. There's people missing. The farmers, the farming got messed up. So if you can go to Crazy Legs BX, I threw it in the chat. Give $5, give $3. $3 is a bottle of water. Whatever you can give will help a lot. And he's leaving to Puerto Rico tomorrow to help. He's hands-on. He's not like a suit. He's hands-on. He's going to go out there and get dirty tomorrow. But, you can't do it today. If you're watching this on the replay, the GoFundMe is still going to be up. They went past the goal, so they're still collecting money. But whatever you got will help somebody in the dark. There's kids out there that, they're in the dark right now. There's elderly people that are taking showers in the dark.
There's hospitals out there that are losing power and on a consistent basis. So this is a life-threatening situation. So don't think, they don't have power or a bunch of, there's people dying. It's some real shit.
Dying. And it's sad because the Puerto Rico is part of the United States of America, although Trump thought different.
Yeah, you think we're U.S. territory? Why would they not going to support? That's crazy.
Yeah, so it's really bad. It's like on some Katrina.
Black and brown people.
Yeah, it's like we'll get to y'all when we get to y'all. So it's sad. So we're doing it. We're not waiting for people to do it. We're doing it ourselves. We're out there. We're doing it ourselves. We're not waiting for Biden to figure it out. So we're doing it ourselves. So any way you can help is greatly appreciated from my heart, really.
Billions of Ukraine can't get into Puerto Rico, huh? Ridiculous.
That's the thing. Jackson, Mississippi, and Puerto Rico. So sorry,
Right.
Florida,
yeah. So it's like, it's like if you've ever vacationed out there, if you ever wanted to go, if you ever partied out there, shoot $5, $10. Go
pay
to
it forward.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to make sure I highlighted that because it's a great charity, and I just want as many people. And if you do donate, come and drop a comment saying I donate, and I'll show you mad love on the next show. Well, thank you so much for jumping on. I really appreciate it. Your perspective is one that is always welcome. I always said it before. I said on your show that you always got a seat at my table, and I look for and. Oh, I just want to say we are launching the Can I Get Some Interviews, and Jen is going to be our first interview. I'm going to be asking all the questions. So anybody, if you have questions you want me to ask her, you can put it in the comments, throw it in the chat, and I'll ask her. But I definitely want to dive deep into the mind of Jen. So and I think it's probably a fun place to be. So. Thank you so much for coming on. You're just a joy to have. You really do bring some thought-provoking conversation. So thank you. That's for you.
Thank you for having me, Dame Shan. Feel better. What's up, Diddy? I didn't say nothing bad to you today. I did good.
Yo, I'm so upset. I didn't even know you was in Vegas. I was in Vegas 2 weekends in a row. I should have met with you for the game. I didn't know you was in Vegas. So hit me on Instagram. That's my handle right there. We'll link. We'll talk.
I'm not gonna remember that. Diddy.
You gotta hit her up. It's On the Block with Jen on everything. Just what you call it. Yeah, definitely that.
All right, guys. Thank you. Thank you, Dane, for the Puerto Rico thing. I'm looking
forward. When's your next show? When is your next show? When is yours?
I'm gonna go on tomorrow because I didn't go on today. So I'll be on tomorrow.
Hit me up. Let me know.
Yeah, but thank you for having me. Thank you so much. I love being here. I love supporting you, and I love your support in return. And hit me up. I'm an open book. So the interview should be fun. Drop the questions that you want me to answer. I'll answer them. I ain't scared. All right, guys.
She ain't. All right. Bye, Jen.
Bye.
Thank you again. All right. I think this was a good show. I really appreciate everybody coming up and showing support, what have you. We're going to end this a little bit earlier than we usually do. I think we've said everything that we needed to say. I don't want to just be going on just for going on sake. I really appreciate you guys rocking with us like you did. If you haven't had a chance to like or subscribe, please, please, please like and subscribe. Leave me a comment or suggestion in the comment section. Like I said, if you have ideas for a show or ideas that you feel like we could make things better for you, more enjoyable, put it in the comments. We definitely love hearing from you. But and share these out to people, and so we can get some like-minded individuals, so we can get some good insights to what people are thinking about what we're doing. So I just want to give a shout out to my man Diddy, my man Mello. He just always come through with a mouthful of food, but he comes through.
Man, I be just getting off work. I be flying in. I do got a suggestion for a show. We should do black people and life insurance. So important.
Okay. You know what we could do? Put something together. We'll highlight that for you at the end of the show. How about that?
Yep.
We'll definitely do that. If you want to put something that you want to talk on or what have you, anything, I'll be more than happy to put it up for you, and you can rock with it at the end of the show. Just let me know when you want to do it, and we can make it happen. Okay. All right. I appreciate Shannon so much. She came. She wasn't feeling well, but she still came and represented and showed out. Still looking amazing as always. So I just want to thank you for rocking this thing with me. And we are going to be doing something interesting. Shannon and I are going to be doing some, can I get some reactions? So we're going to be reacting to some of the wild viral videos out there. We just got to figure out which date that works for both of us, but that's the new thing that we're going to be doing, is reacting to the viral videos and stuff. So if you have some, feel free to link it to us, send it to us, or what have you via Can I Get Some podcast on Instagram, or put it in the comments so we can check it out, and we'll definitely keep you guys abreast of when that's gonna happen. So with that being said, appreciate you. We are out.